What was a loophole that you found and exploded the hell out of? My university had this stupid rule where we couldn't have pets in our dorms, not even fish. The punishment was a $500 fine and immediate removal of the animal. But my therapy cat Luna helped with my anxiety attacks, and I wasn't about to give her up. Barbara, our dorm supervisor, was absolutely obsessed with enforcing this rule. She'd done random room checks for 15 years and bragged about confiscating over 50 pets. She even kept a wall of photos in her office showing all the contraband animals she'd caught, like some twisted trophy collection. My first week, she caught someone with a hamster and made this huge show of calling animal control while the poor girl sobbed. Barbara just stood there smirking, telling everyone, "Rules are rules, dear." I knew I had to be smart about keeping Luna, so instead of just sneaking her in, I spent 3 days reading every single page of the university's housing policies. Most of it was boring stuff about noise levels and trash disposal, but on page 43, I found exactly what I needed. No pets or animals are permitted in university housing facilities unless specifically required for documented medical conditions. The key word was documented. Nowhere did it specify who needed to do the documenting. So I went to my regular therapist and got her to write an official letter stating that Luna was essential for managing my anxiety. I also printed out research papers about the benefits of emotional support animals. When Barbara burst into my room during a random inspection and saw Luna, her eyes lit up like she'd just won the lottery. Well, what do we have here? She already had her phone out to call animal control. I calmly handed her my folder of documentation. Luna is my registered emotional support animal. Here's all the paperwork. Barbara flipped through everything, her face getting redder by the second. This isn't a service animal. It's just a regular cat. Actually, I pulled out the highlighted policy. The rules only specify animals required for documented medical conditions. They don't mention service animals specifically. My therapist has documented that Luna is medically necessary for my anxiety. Would you like her phone number to verify? Barbara stormed off to call the housing director. An hour later, they both showed up at my door. The director, Mr. Wright, seemed more amused than angry as he reviewed my paperwork. "She's technically correct," he told Barbara. "Our policy doesn't specify what kind of documentation is needed or who needs to provide it. The letter from her licensed therapist meets the requirement." Barbara looked like she'd swallowed a lemon. "Then we need to change the policy immediately." "We can't." I pulled out another highlighted section. "Policy changes affecting current residents cannot be implemented until the following semester." Mr. Wright actually laughed. "In 20 years, you're the first student who's actually read the entire policy manual. Well played." Barbara wasn't done though. She started doing room checks 3 times a week, trying to catch Luna disturbing other residents. When that didn't work, she claimed my cat litter was a fire hazard. Then she said Luna's food storage violated some obscure cleaning code. The final straw came when other students realized what I'd done. Within 2 weeks, 5 more residents got similar letters from their therapists. By midterms, there were 12 emotional support animals in our building. Barbara completely lost it. She started taking photos of everyone's pets and threatening to report us all to the dean. But the best part? 2 of those photos showed cats sitting on windowsills, a violation of her own precious safety rules about windows being clear of obstruction. Mr. Wright finally stepped in and told her to back off. "If you're going to enforce rules so strictly on students, you need to follow them yourself. Those windowsill photos are evidence of your own violations." The next semester, they completely rewrote the pet policy. Now it required extensive medical documentation and approval from multiple university departments. But by then, I'd already moved into off-campus housing, with Luna, of course.